Hi, welcome to Happier Ladies, a podcast where we discuss all things related to the Happier and Happier in Hollywood podcasts.
We're sisters
and super fans
who can't get enough happier.
So we created our own podcast to keep the conversation going.
I'm Malika Amandi, a SoCal native living in Western Massachusetts, a new mom, and an entrepreneur. I'm here with my sister, Azizi Williams.
That's me. I live and work in the LA area. I'm a not-so-new mom, and I'm an education professional in the independent school world. So, Malika, before we get started, I've been hearing that some folks say we sound the same.
Yeah. I would say more than some.
It's feedback we've been getting from many different people.
It's true. We have the same laugh, and I guess our voices are similar. What are you going to do?
I don't think so. It was so shocking to me to hear that.
I don't think we sound alike either.
But because we've heard it repeatedly, it must be true.
I think we just have to just acknowledge it. Thank you for listening, and we do sound the same.
That's us. So good luck telling who's who. Malika, what happened on Happier this week?
So in Happier, episode 458, Gretchen and Liz review their one-word theme and reveal their new words for 2024. Also, this week in a bonus episode, to celebrate the 15th anniversary of the Happiness Project, they do a deep dive into all things Happiness Project. I love the conversation about one-word themes and remembering the themes throughout the past years. I definitely always try to come up with a one-word theme inspired by Gretchen and Liz, and Azizi, you do the same, right?
I do.
So we will talk about our one-word themes in a future episode, but I just always enjoy that conversation.
Yeah, it's getting me excited.
Azizi, what happened on Happier in Hollywood?
In Happier in Hollywood, episode 342, Sarah and Liz discuss an updated timeline to complete the draft of their novel. They share a strategy to connect with a friend going through a difficult time, and Sarah gives a shout out to a listener with salad tips. I really appreciate their transparency of making plans and then adjusting plans as needed. That is life. That happens, and without dwelling on it or, feeling bad, you can always control your timeline and reframe what success looks like.
And I love a good salad too.
We grew up with lots of salads.
So many salads.
Our mom is a pro at making a creative salad, so it doesn't feel intimidating to me.
Same. Lots of ingredients, but you just kind of throw it in there and shake it up.
Yeah, and you have a little balance. There's a crunchy, there's like a nut, there's a fat, cheese. Something sweet. We're probably more adventurous salad eaters than most because of our upbringing.
I don't have a lot of experience with lettuce. I mean, I have dealt with lettuce in the way that Sarah was talking about it, but not really. Like, I just bypass that, and I pretty much always do bagged salad.
Weren't you wondering why doesn't she do a bagged salad?
Well, maybe it has to do something with that she's getting so much fresh produce in Ojai, and it's directly from the farm. And
right.
And you want to use that fresh produce if you get it. Even just seeing like a head of romaine, I'm kind of like, I don't want to touch that. And actually, I've been using kitchen scissors to cut lettuce.
Oh.
Part of what makes a good salad for me is when the lettuce element is chopped really finely, especially if it's kale, something that's heartier. The more it's chopped, the easier it is for me to eat. And it just tastes different. Even spinach, when it's like a whole leaf versus chopped up. But to get it out the knife and the cutting board, I just take those scissors and go right in the bowl.
That is a brilliant idea, but I do think you're right, Malika, because initially I thought, well, maybe it's a sustainability factor and that's why she doesn't do the bag because of the plastic. But then if she's getting things from the farm box, the washing it is such a drag because there's definitely dirt, and making sure that you're getting the dirt and that it's all dry. Those are like 5 more steps than just opening the bag and putting it in your bowl.
True.
And maybe chopping it. So I think I actually get it. And kudos to Sarah for actually getting lettuce from the ground.
Our first segment is IRL, where we discuss how a try this at home works in our real lives. Liz and Gretchen give 19 different suggestions in their Deck the Halls episode. So we're going to do a sampling We picked 4 tasks that they suggested, and then we've added in one of our own, which is the free space on the bingo card.
Yay! I've been looking forward to this all week. I know I said it was weird, but I'm actually excited to get things done. I see the utility in it and I'm all about it now. So this is your chance at home to deck the halls along with us. This is your second chance. You can pull out your bingo cards, pull it up on Gretchen's website. There'll also be one in the link to our show notes. So join us. Malika, start us off.
Our first task is to order stamps for holiday cards. All right. How did that go, Azizi?
That was the first time I've ever bought stamps online, and it was remarkably easy. How about you?
I also have never bought stamps online. It took me about 5 minutes total. I did it on my desktop.
I did mine on my phone. I had my information saved in there somehow, so I didn't even have to bother with the password. And I bought a couple of boxes also.
What? Boxes?
They were free.
How did you? I missed that altogether.
What? It's just right there. How did you miss that? Because whenever I go into my local post office, they're always out of the boxes in the, walk up spot.
The U.S. priority ones?
Yeah.
The flat rate ones?
Yeah.
Okay. Good for you.
Yeah. Good for me.
I'm going to have to go to the post office. Although I was thinking you're coming to visit me right before Christmas.
Yeah, but I'm not going to have a lot of room in my suitcase. So.
Well, what if I paid for an extra suitcase for you to check?
See, I already knew what you were thinking. Malika's going to load me up with gifts.
That solves all my problems.
We'll figure it out. We'll talk later. So our second Deck the Halls is choose a one-word theme for the season.
Okay, Zizi, what's your theme for the season?
I feel like Gretchen and Liz often get inspired by Christmas music.
Mm-hmm.
So I went to a Christmas song. I looked at the lyrics to Have Yourself a Merry Little Christmas, and light was a word that kept coming up. So my one-word theme is light. I'm going to look for the light. I'm going to bring lots of light. I'm going to be light inside myself. My disposition will be light. I can get really intense around the holidays or just in general. So I'm going to try to keep it light. What about you, Malika?
So I also was inspired by a song. The lyrics from Silent Night stood out to me. All is calm, all is bright. So I think I'm going to hold that whole phrase in my head and heart, but the one word would be calm. Because I too feel kind of frenetic around the holidays, especially this year, and I need to just calm down and things are going to get done. It's going to be fine. Mm-hmm. Calm is also one of the values of this time of the year.
Nice. I like that. You'll be calm and I'll be light. Sounds great.
Now we're going to check our supply of wrapping paper, gift bags, etc.
Azizi, how's your dinner game these days?
Well, Malika, I used to struggle with what to cook for dinner.
You're cooking now?
Okay. Actually, my husband used to struggle with what to make for dinner. I mean, meal planning, grocery lists, yuck. But then we found Prep Dish. It's a weekly meal planning service that tells you exactly what to cook. And now they've partnered with Instacart, so your grocery list becomes a ready-to-go online cart.
Ooh, what's in your cart, Azizi?
All of the Prep Dish ingredients, plus I can add energy drinks, chili crisp, lipstick, whatever, and check out in just a few clicks. Shopping online is so fun. The meals are family-friendly, healthy, and super easy to prep. Dinner is easy to make, and now we look forward to new tasty meals.
Prep Dish is offering our listeners 2 weeks free. Just head to prepdish.com/happierladies to sign up. Again, that's prepdish.com/happierladies.
This episode is brought to you by LifeLock. Between two-factor authentication, strong passwords, and a VPN, you try to be in control of how your info is protected. But many other places also have it, and they might not be as careful. That's why LifeLock monitors hundreds of millions of data points a second for threats. If your identity is stolen, they'll fix it, guaranteed, or your money back. Save up to 40% your first year. Visit LifeLock.com/podcast for 40% off. Terms apply.
What did you find?
I need one more roll of wrapping paper. But Malika, what I do is I save bags all year from all the paper gift, shopping bags that I get, not the grocery ones, but the other ones with the handles.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I save those all year and then I throw them in a closet. But I also throw gifts in that closet and like ornaments that I've bought all year. So it's kind of a mess. It's one of those closets where you can't see the bottom of it and things are just really piled high. But as I was trying to just sort of look through to see how many gift bags I had, I found a gift that I forgot I bought for you.
Oh.
So that was really productive. I'm glad I dug in that closet. I found some things I forgot about.
Good.
How did it go for you?
I also need one roll of wrapping paper. I found a lot of tape that we have. Also found some reusable paper bags that we've been saving. Some have other logos on them, but I think there's a few in there that we'll be able to get by without buying any gift bags.
Yeah, most of my bags have logos from other places on them. I was going to buy holiday stickers to put over the logos or to just like Christmas up the bags,
Mm-hmm.
but I bought them from this site called Temu. It's a little dangerous because it's deceivingly inexpensive. But the problem is, so I got them and they're teeny tiny because you can't really tell the scale.
Oh,
And I don't pay
no.
attention to the fine print. They're so small. So I probably should go with Etsy or something like that. Anyway, I have a love-hate relationship with that site. Number 4 is create a 5 senses portrait of your ideal holiday. How did you do, Malika?
Okay, so I did kind of a little stream of consciousness list for each sense. I see lights, candles in the window, presents under the tree with fun wrapping paper, snow please, maybe a snowman.
Mm-hmm.
I hear Christmas carols, Harry Connick Jr., gospel Christmas songs. I taste cookies, something peppermint, cranberries and apple spice, something sparkly, a festive cocktail. I feel warm and soft things, velvet, pillows, cozy scarves, slippers all of the time. I smell pine trees, candy canes, cloves and oranges. How about you, Azizi?
I guess I honed in on a specific thing that I am looking forward to, or a few things that I'm looking forward to related to each sense. So for sight, I have lights and candles all over the living room shelves and tree and Disneyland lights.
You really find a way to get it in each season.
I'm going next Saturday. I'm looking forward to that. It's a seasonal experience. This is our Christmas experience, and I could do a whole 5 senses portrait of Disneyland easily. So,
Yes.
but I'll just focus on the lights for now, which are beautiful. Taste. I also said Christmas cookies, specifically gingerbread and sugar. And it made me realize that when we're in Massachusetts, we can make cookies. We could do a little cookie decorating thing.
That'll be fun.
We did it over Zoom last year, so it'll be much tastier in person when we're together. For smell, a big fat pine scented candle, which I have to purchase. I don't have one yet, but I envision it on my living room table. For sound, I said Charlie Brown Christmas soundtrack, the Grinch soundtrack, Mariah Carey, Boys to Men, Let It Snow, all of that playing. Touch, said feel the cold air in Massachusetts. Maybe snow? Bundle up.
That's so nice.
Yeah, that is nice. I really love that frame.
Me too.
Yeah, I'll revisit it to remind myself of what I want to experience.
So next up, we're using the free space on Gretchen's bingo card.
Okay.
Inspired by one of the YouTubers that we watch, Alexandra Rodriguez. We want to create a snack station for all the delivery workers that come this time of year.
Basically, it just entails a basket or a box with some easy to go snack size treats, a sign that says, please take one, happy holidays, thank you for your delivery, and somewhere near your front porch where they will delivery people will see it.
All right, go for it. All right, what did you do?
I found some snacks that we were not going to eat. We had a huge box of fishy crackers and the girls just kind of got tired of them. So that was perfect. Found a basket, a whiteboard, put it all together. I think it's going to be great. What about you?
Nice. I Also scavenged in the cabinet, found some things. But, presentation is also a part of it. I also just made a grocery order to stock up.
Okay.
And I found a big red 10. We don't have a whiteboard, but I wrote up a little sign. It's underway.
Excellent. So by the end of the night, you'll have a delivery station, theoretically.
The delivery is going to come tomorrow.
Oh, okay. By the end of tomorrow night, you'll have a delivery station.
Yeah.
All right. I feel very productive. We got a lot done there.
Yeah, it was fun to do it together. I mean, you really can't stop to think about it too much. You just kind of get it done if you know the other person's waiting for you.
That's true. No, it's nice. It's like an accountability buddy. I also like the mix of inspirational prompts
Yes.
to think about your feelings and set intentions, as well as some practical just get things done. I like that mix.
Absolutely. I probably wouldn't do the inspirational elements on my own, but those make such a big difference in perspective.
I'm going to add my one word holiday theme light to my calendar and my bullet journal. The 5 senses portrait, I have to figure out where I want to put that so I
Yeah.
can see it again. I think it's going to add to the holiday.
Lovely.
Now it's time for peaks and valleys, because in life, there are always peaks and valleys. And this is an even episode, so it's my turn to do a peak and Malika will do a valley. And my peak is sort of around the theme of AI. So last week, the week of Thanksgiving, I signed up for and attended with my daughter Sanai a lecture on AI and democracy. I went after work. It's not something that I typically do, but I'm a member of the Huntington and they were offering it for free. And I thought this could be really interesting. And then I asked Sanai if she wanted to come, and she surprisingly, or maybe not so surprisingly, said yes. So it was nice to have a partner to go along with. And we listened to these 2 experts talk about their perspectives on artificial intelligence and what we need to know and how do we ensure that there's not bias and how can we use these tools for good. It was very inspiring. This is an area that I'm fascinated with, being an educator and trying to understand how to prepare students for this world. And then we went and had Thanksgiving. And on the day before Thanksgiving, when we were thinking about our oven schedule, Malika said, "Hey, let's use AI to figure out what our oven schedule should be." This was just maybe a few days
That's
later
great.
from my lecture. So my peak is going to Malika for having the brilliant idea of using AI to help us with the dilemma of what order should we cook things in when we have one oven and, 10 different things that needed to be made on Thanksgiving Day.
Oh.
I think what you did is you opened up ChatGPT and then you put in the items and their oven temperatures and the amount of time they took. And then what it spit out was a really good strategy, actually. It wasn't perfect, but it was a good strategy that helped us solve this challenging problem. I was so impressed, and I'm telling everybody about it. Go, Malika.
Oh, thank you. I have to pass that on to my husband, Norm, because he has taught me to do that. To ask ChatGPT those types of things. It's cool because you can explain. I said, like, we have a oven problem. We have a lot of dishes. I kind of put it out there what the issue was. And it said, of course I can do this. Tell me the temperatures and how much time each thing needs to be cooked. It tells you what it needs to be successful. It wasn't perfect, but it put us in a better place than if we had just gone around in circles ourselves.
Yeah, I think it helped us feel less overwhelmed by the work. The way it presented it was like you were talking to a friend who was trying to help you out. So thank you, Norm. But also you are the one who had the idea of this is the right tool for this problem. In that moment, I would have never thought about that. So once again, Malika is ahead of me in the tech world. And I am so grateful that you are always sort of on the cutting edge of tech. So great job, Malika.
Thank you. My valley for the week is the ever shrinking weekend. 48 hours has always been 48 hours, but somehow lately, this weekend in particular, it just feels like it totally evaporated. I cannot believe that I have to go back to work tomorrow. We're recording this on a Sunday night. When you think you have more time or you have plans or visions, and the reality is just there's only so much time. I think this is part of my transition back into work and the home life balance. It feels like the weekends are never enough. I'm just adjusting, kind of thinking about how to reframe that so that it doesn't feel like I'm always at a time deficit.
Well, Malika, to be fair, you did an incredible amount of things in the weekend you had.
True.
You got a lot done. You visited, you socialized, you connected. That takes time, but maybe you didn't have enough time to do some of the other things that you really wanted to do, like have downtime.
We talked about this in a previous episode around what you need to feel like your best self. And you specifically talked about having negative space in the weekend. And I think this weekend, there just wasn't very much negative space for me. And so it feels like I didn't get that weekend vibe.
That boost. So you have to find those micro joy moments in the week.
Yeah.
So tomorrow, schedule, a 10 or 15-minute walk where you can breathe and just find some ways to restore each day.
Okay.
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 Okay. You can do it.
That brings us to the end of our episode. Zizi, let's leave on a happier thought. Is there anything you're going to try this week?
Actually, I'm going to start thinking about my one word for next year, my one word theme. I was inspired by the happier conversation, and it's time for me to hone in on what I want to focus on. What about you, Malika?
I am going to update my phone wallpaper to somehow incorporate my holiday theme home.
I want to do that too.
All right.
That's a good idea.
Thank you so much for listening to this episode. If you like us, rate, review, and tell a friend. And a huge thank you to all of the listeners who have already rated and reviewed the show. It means so much to us. It's so fun to read your comments, and we really appreciate you taking the time to tell the world that you're listening.
We really appreciate it. Thank you. So send us a message at happierladies@gmail.com and tell us something you liked about Happier and Happier in Hollywood this week.
Our theme music was created by Wyatt Muncie.
And we also want to give a special shout out to Gretchen Rubin, Liz Kraft, and Sarah Fain for inspiring our conversation each week.
You can find us on Instagram at happierladies and on the web at happierladies.com, where you can also find our show notes. All right, Azizi, have a happier week.
Have a happier week, Malika.
Bye.
Bye.
Okay, that reminds me of the top of our conversation that we sound the same. I think you talk faster than I do.
Okay, good. Then there's some way for people to tell us apart.
Yes. I thought about I could put a filter on my voice in the editing process, but that would be very weird.
That would be scary.
That would be scary.
I think it would. When I think of filtered voice, yeah.
This podcast is part of the Sound Advice FM network. Sound Advice FM, women's voices amplified.